God. Guys, I cannot even begin to process what is happening with Naomi Hawthorne right now. We all knew she was struggling. We all saw the look of absolute terror in her eyes when Jacob was going off about the plasma ring. But this? Naomi has the BRCA gene. Yes, the exact same breast cancer gene that her mother, Dani Dupree, tested positive for. I am hyperventilating just thinking about the sheer weight of this secret. Imagine carrying that ticking time bomb inside your own body, knowing what it means, knowing the fear that comes with it, and having to smile and pretend everything is fine. It is absolutely gut-wrenching, and I am so incredibly heartbroken for her. And why is she pretending? Why is she holding this massive, life-altering secret inside? Because of Jacob. Let's talk about Jacob Hawthorne for a hot second. I love him. I really do. But the man is a walking, talking red flag of unresolved trauma right now. My heart breaks for him, but he is completely losing his grip on reality. Ever since Derek Baldwin's sweet, heroic Derek took that bullet for him during the plasma ring sting, Jacob has been drowning in survivor's guilt. He is suffocating in it. He made that dark, terrifying promise to avenge Derek, and he is obsessed with catching the impaler. It's like he's paralyzed by this paranoia, constantly looking over his shoulder, trapped in his undercover thug persona. The man is a shell of the husband. Naomi married. So put yourself in Naomi's shoes for just a minute. You just found out you have a genetic mutation that could lead to a horrific cancer battle. You need your husband. You need his strong arms around you, telling you it's going to be okay. But you look at him, and he's pacing the floor, eyes wild, rambling about black market plasma rings and crime syndicates. How do you drop the BRCA bomb on a man who is already on the verge of a nervous breakdown? You don't. Or at least Naomi feels like she can't. She is absolutely terrified that if she tells Jacob the truth, it will be the final straw that breaks his fragile mental state. She thinks she's protecting him by swallowing her own terror. It is so tragic. I am literally crying just typing this out. And it's not like she hasn't tried. We've seen her try to carve out some quality time. She practically begged him to just be present with her, but he brushed her off for work. And then there was the perfect opportunity, right? But nope. Every single time Naomi gears up to say, Jacob, I have the BRCA gene, some absolute chaos erupts. Like that disastrous police commendation ceremony. Leslie Thomas getting extra, clashing with Darlene Hawthorne, Isaiah throwing ultimatums around. It was an absolute circus. The environment is so incredibly toxic and volatile right now, and every time something goes wrong, Naomi just retreats further into her shell. She shrinks back. She hides her pain. It is not fair. She shouldn't have to manage her husband's fragile psyche while facing a medical nightmare. But thank God, and I mean thank God, for Dani Dupree. When Naomi realizes she cannot carry this crushing burden alone anymore, she turns to her mother. This is the moment, guys. This is the scene that is going to win Emmys. I am calling it right now. Naomi finally breaks. She goes to Dani, and the floodgates open. Can you even imagine the look on Dani's face when Naomi tells her, Dani, who just went through the absolute ringer with her own BRCA diagnosis, who had to face her own mortality, hearing that her precious daughter has inherited this nightmare. I am sobbing. Dani is shocked. She is completely devastated. I can just picture Dani pulling Naomi into her arms, both of them collapsing onto the sofa, sobbing uncontrollably. Dani cries because she understands the sheer paralyzing terror of that diagnosis better than anyone else in Fairmont Crest. She knows the sleepless nights, the medical jargon, the fear of leaving your loved ones behind. And as a mother, the guilt. Oh, the crushing, unbearable guilt Dani must be feeling, even though it's genetics and totally out of her control. She is weeping for her daughter's lost peace of mind. To see your child facing the exact same monster you face It is a mother's worst nightmare come to life. But you know what breaks Dani's heart the most? It's not just the gene itself. It's the fact that Naomi has been carrying this heavy, suffocating secret all by herself. Dani is gutted that Naomi felt she had to suffer in silence. No mother wants their child to feel alone in their darkest hour. Dani is probably holding Naomi's face, wiping away her tears, and just repeating, I've got you, I've got you. It's so raw, so emotional. I am literally getting goosebumps writing this. This is the mother-daughter bonding we desperately needed, even if it's under the most tragic circumstances imaginable. Dani stepping up as the fierce, protective matriarch is exactly what Naomi needs right now. Now, here is where Dani proves why she is an absolute queen and the voice of reason we all need in this chaotic universe. Naomi confesses why she hasn't told Jacob. She spills all her fears about Jacob's severe PTSD, his terrifying obsession with the impaler, and how she doesn't want to push him over the edge into total madness. And Dani? Dani doesn't agree with Naomi's logic. Not at all. Dani gives her some of the most profound, hard-hitting advice we've ever heard on this show. Dani tells Naomi that she must tell Jacob. And she doesn't just say it out of obligation. She has a brilliant psychological reason for it. Dani looks Naomi dead in the eye and tells her that revealing the BRCA diagnosis might not be the match that blows up Jacob's life. It might actually be the anchor that saves him. Think about it, besties. Jacob is currently floating in this dangerous, obsessive void of vengeance. He is so fixated on death, on Derek's sacrifice, on the plasma ring, that he has completely lost sight of the living. Dani believes with her whole heart that if Jacob finds out his wife is facing a serious health crisis, it will snap him out of his vigilante trance. It will be a massive reality check, a wake-up call of epic proportions. Dani's logic is flawless. She tells Naomi, Jacob needs to stop chasing ghosts and start fighting for his family. Yes, Dani, preach. By telling Jacob the truth, it will force him to immediately drop this reckless crusade against the impaler. His protective instincts will kick in, but this time they will be directed at the right person, his wife. It will temporarily, if not permanently, alleviate his stress from the undercover mission because his brain will reprioritize. Suddenly, catching a crime boss won't matter when the love of his life needs him to hold her hand at doctor's appointments. He needs a reason to come back to reality, and Naomi's health is that reason. And let's be real for a second. I am so fiercely protective of Naomi right now, and I am a little mad at Jacob. I know he has PTSD. I know he is suffering unimaginable survivor's guilt, but Naomi is his wife. Dani points this out perfectly. It is time for Jacob to step up and care for his family after being MIA in his undercover thug persona for so long. Naomi deserves to be the center of his universe right now. She needs to be pampered, loved, and supported unconditionally. She shouldn't have to tiptoe around her own husband's trauma when she is facing a potential cancer battle. Dani is basically saying, give your husband the chance to be the man you married. Let him be your hero. But guys, will he? This is what has my stomach in absolute knots. If Naomi takes Dani's advice and finally drops the BRCA bomb on Jacob, how is he actually going to react? I am praying, I am literally on my knees praying that Dani is right. I want to see Jacob drop his police badge, fall to his knees, and swear to protect Naomi. I want to see that fierce, loving husband return, the one who would move mountains for her. I want him to look at her and say, nothing else matters but you. But what if Dani is wrong? Oh my God, what if she is wrong? What if Jacob's brain is so fractured by Derek's death that he can't handle it? What if he views the BRCA gene as just another enemy he can't shoot with a gun, and it makes him spiral even harder into his impaler obsession because he feels utterly powerless? What if the sheer terror of losing Naomi right after losing Derek completely breaks his mind? I am so scared for them. The stakes have literally never been higher. I can already picture the scene playing out in my head. Naomi, trembling, sitting Jacob down on their couch. Jacob, constantly checking his phone for updates on the plasma ring, barely paying attention, his leg bouncing with nervous energy. And then Naomi says it. Jacob, I have the BRCA gene. The silence that will follow, oh my God, you will be able to hear a pin drop in Fairmont Crest. Will he hold her? Will he pull her into a desperate embrace? Or will he storm out because the universe is piling too much on him and he just can't breathe? I am so scared for Naomi. She is so incredibly fragile right now, and if Jacob reacts poorly, it will destroy her completely. I cannot handle this suspense. Dani's tears, Naomi's fear, Jacob's unraveling mind. This storyline is going to absolutely dominate the summer. We have to protect Naomi at all costs. She is carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, and I just want to jump through the screen and give her the biggest, tightest hug. Jacob Hawthorne, you better get your act together, buddy. Your wife needs you. The impaler can wait. The police force can wait. Family is everything. And right now, your family is in crisis. What do you guys think? Is Dani right? Will this devastating news actually save Jacob from his dark path, or will it be the absolute destruction of their marriage? Let me know in the comments, because I am going to be obsessing over this until the very next episode airs. I literally cannot wait.